This is the Paranologies panoptic orbital camera. Basically, we try to make the paranormal investigations as easy as possible to set up. That's why we come out with new designs quite often. The design before this was the panoptic camera, and it was wireless. It did have battery operated features, and it had adjustable lenses for bedrooms or hallways, so you didn't have to switch cameras. Well, we thought about a new design, and we made the base motorized, which is why it's orbital. Basically, it orbits around its base. And when it motorizes like this, you no longer have to use your wide-angle lenses. It will pan around your bedroom or large venues, whatever the case may be. I'll go over some of the features. There's so many features of this camera, the video will be long, so I'll try to make it short. First, in front, you'll notice there's a microphone. And then in the back, there's also a speaker. What this means for you is you no longer have to carry around a walkie-talkie. These cameras are completely wireless. Here's the batteries. It takes 4 AA's. It'll run 2 hours on 4 AA's. And there's also an app on the phone I'm going to show you here in a second. And there's an app on the laptop. And you can record on both and view on both. And you can talk back and forth to your teammates on both. Now, the cool thing about these cameras, they're digitally encoded, so you can have up to 64 of these on one computer or phone, which sounds like a lot, I know. But if you want to do a huge investigation on a huge building, then all you would need is a wireless router. The router does not have to be connected to the internet. You would connect your phone or laptop to this wireless router, and then all the cameras. Now, I'll go ahead and show you setup on these cameras. It's pretty simple. I'm going to plug in the power supply just for the video's sake. The camera comes on. What we want to do is we want to plug an Ethernet cable just like this from our router, from one of the ports, into the back of the camera. Just like so. What this does is it connects to the router and allows us to connect to our apps. I'll show you how to configure the Wi-Fi as well. So let me open up the app. The app is called Pixpo. It's a free download on the Apple Store or the Google Store. You can see the camera just started up. What we're going to do is we're going to add a new camera, and then we are going to do a search. Now, you can either do a search, or the cool thing about this camera, it's so easy to set up. You see it says Scan ID. You can actually scan the ID as well. And then on the bottom of this, there's a QR code. And then we can just scan that code. And once it scans the code in, like that, the camera's configured. Now, I like to put passwords on my cameras. So I'm going to go ahead and add a password real quick. And once the password's in there, you can save the camera. It says online, and you'll see it move around here in a second. It's looking at all the stuff in the Paranologies lab. Now, that means our camera is configured to our app. However, it's still plugged into the router, so we want to go ahead and make it wireless. So we're going to go into our settings button, and it says Wi-Fi settings. So we're going to do that. It'll say Wi-Fi manager. Now you're going to scan for your network. There's my network right there. I'm going to enter my network password. And I'm going to hit save. Now what's going to happen, it says the camera will be restarted, because basically it's not connected to this network anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this cable and wait for the camera and go over some of the features. We have a high-def camera up here, and it streams at 720. And we have the orbital illuminator, like we've had for the last 5 years on all of our designs for our illuminators. It'll flood a room with 50 feet of IR without the little hot spot you see in most of your illuminators. I'll go ahead and turn the camera around. Right now we're looking at our network settings. That's flashing, stating that it's saved our Wi-Fi. So I can go ahead and go here and go online. And basically, without the use of your network cable, you can go online with any of your cameras. So all the cameras, I run about 64 cameras on our massive investigation, just, if it's a huge building or whatever. And they go really far. They'll go up to about 1,500 feet, as long as there's not a huge metal building or anything. But what you see here is you have your Ethernet port that we can configure, or our Wi-Fi antenna. You can see it streaming around. I'm going to go ahead and open up the app, and it should be streaming Wi-Fi, and there it is. Now on this, it's really cool. You can click here, and you hit there, and that's your speaker. You can hear talking. And then if you want to talk to your investigators, you click this microphone button. Check, 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 check.
Check, 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 check.
That's actually the speaker from the camera I'm talking to you from. So I'll release that. You can pan around. You see the arrows? It's going to move around for you. Or you can swipe it with your finger. And when you swipe with your finger, you can go in whatever direction you want, the camera to go. Or you can auto. Now the presets are really neat. You can, do a preset and call it up. And all these features are available on the computer as well. You can turn your infrared on and off. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this camera. You can stream up to 30 frames per second or all the way down to 5 frames. Depending on how fast your router is, you'd probably want to stream about 15 if you're running over 20 cameras. But it'll do 30 frames easily with up to 8 cameras, no problem. So that's how easy the camera is to set up. If I want to record, I hit this record button, and it's recording actually through my phone. It saves it as an AVI file. You can download that to your computer. I'll show you the computer app here in a few minutes through the video. So the camera also is wireless. Like I said, it's completely wireless. You can have 4 AA's that go in here. Or you can plug it in on a tripod mount, however you want. So that's about all the features for this camera that I can go over on the video, but it does have, once you have them all configured through your router, which you just saw didn't take long at all, you can have 20 cameras set up in a matter of, I would say, 10 minutes. Basically, you turn them on, turn your router on, and turn your computer on, and they're all streaming. And, that way you're not missing any of your evidence. I know some DVR systems out there take quite a bit of time to set up by the time you run wires and things, but this thing is really easy to use. That's the whole goal behind everything we build, is ease of use. Turn it on and it's ready to go. These are available currently on our website at paranologies.com. If you have any more questions, you can email us at paranologies@yahoo.com, or you can go to the website and check out the features, and check out our YouTube page as well. It's TX Ghost Hunters. That's our channel. We have videos for just about all of our equipment out there.